Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that everybody had a great week and I hope that your weekend is off to a good start. Students, in this class we are looking at IELTS listening, and the listening topics today will be about a project, a group project, and about climate change. This will be part 2 and part 3 of the listening section, a continuation of the listening exam that we started last week. Now, if you missed that, it's not a problem. These are individual parts to the listening, so you are good to go. Welcome, Carolina, our chat moderator, Fuang, Anahita, Otabek, Gurpreet. Nice to see many of you. Harpreet, Arjun, thanks for signing up for continued membership. Students, this is a subscribers chat class, so make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell button, the notification button. We have regular live classes every week. So to get those live class notifications, make sure to sign up. Students, this lesson, as usual, is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS success, visit us there. For general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. These websites are the textbooks for our live teaching for these YouTube classes. So to learn efficiently and effectively, click this big red button that's just right above my head there, and get all of our practice exams, videos, interactive courses, so you can learn anytime, anywhere. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an official IDP affiliate, British Council partner, IELTS Test Registration Center. Same idea for the general IELTS, gieltshelp.com, green background. Click that red button there. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. You can use this discount code. The discount code that we have right now is Target 9 for a 20% discount. So you can use that to save yourself 20%. All right, students, so as we get into our listening here, do keep in mind that we have apps that you can use. Academic IELTS Help, that app will link to your Academic IELTS website. General IELTS Help, the app will link to GIELTS Help. Instagram, IELTS_AE Help and GIELTS Help, so check us out there. And then for the contact information to get a hold of me, you can reach me at Adrian at aehelp.com. So this is my email address here. You can send me any questions that you have. All right, students, so let's get into it. This is our schedule. This is a video that we released just recently, and listening. Okay. So this listening that we're doing today, as I mentioned, is a continuation of what we started last week. If you missed it, it's totally okay. So last week, remember, we had this part 2. It was about the Titanic. There you still see some pictures of the Titanic above me there. We did that part 2, and then we did the part 1, which was about a man registering for football. And today we are doing part 3 and part 4, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to help you with the answers, and I will talk a little bit of strategy on how to solve these answers. So Harry Jot, Seema, Lovepreet, Domo, Famha, Zalin, get ready here, Eugene. Good to have you in the class. Just as we get going here, we're using a kind of a fun new piece of software. It's kind of exciting. Let's first figure out where everybody is from, where a lot of our viewers are from. So here's a quick question for you. Where are you from? What city, what country are you from? Let's try to figure out where some people are right now in this big, beautiful world of ours. So let me know. We've got some people in, I think that's Greece, is it? Yeah. We've got Athens, Joe, and one more from Athens. That's cool. We've got Osama Leila from Istanbul. And we've got Petek Bilge from Ankara, Turkey. Nice. We've got the Laura Croft tomb from Rome, Italy. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now we can see more of the world. And we've got students from all over the place. We've even got somebody joining us from Indiana Wells, USA. We've got 2 people from Colombia as well. That's nice. And somebody from Uruguay, Zambia, and Accra, Ghana, Christopher Abugri. Nice. Okay, we've got lots of students from lots of different parts of the world. So as you can see, IELTS is pretty popular from all over the world. And that's fantastic. We've got 35 different people from India, from Delhi alone. Wow, it just shows you India, it's got a lot of people. Okay, so there's a lot of us here, a lot of us ready to do the listening. Students, we will get into part 3 of the listening, and you will see some more interactive questions for the listening using that nice piece of software that I just showed you. Okay. All right, so now it's time for the listening test. So what I want you to do is to listen carefully and answer the questions. But, do not put your answers in the chat. So put your answers into a separate document, type them into a text message. So somewhere else, not in the chat, okay? We don't want to confuse other people with wrong answers. And then after we do the listening, part 3, we will go through the answers together, and I will give you strategies and we'll talk about it. So again, as I said, we use our websites for this. We have our own IELTS exams. So when you have access to the website and you've joined the premium course by clicking that red button, as I mentioned, then you will be able to log into your My Student account. And in your My Student account, you will have computer-based practice exams, full interactive course. You will have workbooks that you can download. You will have lesson videos that you can watch. And you will have audio CDs that you can listen to. And that's what we're doing right now. So this is going to be listening section 3. So get ready, everybody, to listen, answer. Don't put the answers in the chat yet. Okay, we will do that later. Here we go, everyone.
Now turn to section 3. Take some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Listening section 3. You will hear 3 students organising a class project. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
I just got an email from the professor saying the due date for our European History group project has been pushed back to Monday.
Great! That means we'll have the weekend to work on it.
I suppose that's good news, but I don't really want to do any homework on my weekend. I had planned to go away with my girlfriend for some relaxation this weekend.
I suppose that's understandable. Maybe we should just have it done by Friday, the original due date. That gives us today and Thursday to finish it.
We can do that, I think. I'm available tomorrow. How about we spend today planning it, assign tasks to take home with us and do tonight, and then meet tomorrow and put it all together? Does that sound right?
That works for me.
That doesn't work too well for me. My afternoon is very busy. I guess I'll just have to burn the midnight oil tonight.
What has you so tied up, Evan?
I have a basketball game after school today, and then my favourite football team plays this evening at 7. It's okay though. I'll get the work done. Let's get started on the planning.
All right. So we have to come up with a 3-panel poster about a topic in European history. I already bought the material for the poster, so we don't have to worry about that.
How much was it?
It was £3.
OK, we'll each give you £1 for the poster board.
No, don't worry about it. My dad paid for it anyway.
Sounds good to me.
Right then, since there's 3 of us, my idea was that 2 of us could take care of the writing part of the project, while 1 of us could look after the artwork, making the poster look smart.
I'll do the artwork. I think I'm a pretty good artist.
I'll be happy to do half the writing. What topics are we going to choose?
Well, the professor said the topic has to be an event that took place somewhere between 1400 and 1800, so we can't do either of the world wars.
That's too bad. My dad is an expert on the Second World War, and he could have helped me with my part. What are we going to do instead?
You now have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen to the rest of the discussion and answer questions 27 to 30.
I was reading my textbook the other day and I read some really interesting information on the French Revolution.
That's a really good idea.
I know. How about instead of doing a summary of the French Revolution, we write about some of the people involved instead?
Oh, I like that idea. So who are some of the important people?
Well, there's the King, Louis XVI.
Robespierre was important, I think.
Yes, he was. And of course, Napoleon Bonaparte.
We should have 4 people, so you can each write about 2 people.
How about Marie Antoinette?
OK, so we have 4 historical figures. Each of you are going to write about 2. Now we have to decide how much we're going to write. Remember, we have to fill up a 3-board poster.
That's a good point about the 3-board poster. Maybe we should do a 5th person, then we can have 2 figures on each side with 1 in the middle.
Good idea. We can make the middle one really important. We'll make that one Napoleon. As for 5th person, how about Voltaire?
Good. So how about I do the important one on Napoleon and a smaller one on Robespierre?
OK, and I'll do the other 3.
How long should each topic be?
I'd say 200 words each for the small ones and 450 for the big one on Napoleon.
I think that sounds about right. What do you think about meeting up later on?
That is the end of section 3. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, students, use that half minute to check your answers. And you saw me kind of drawing a diagram there and making some notes, and I'll explain that a little bit later there. Let me just hop back to the website here and pause the audio. There we go. Okay, let's talk about these questions and answers. So let's use this fun kind of piece of software. So this is the actual exam sheet here, and our first question here is what day of the week does the discussion take place? Let's see who says what. So students, what day of the week? It's a little bit confusing. They're talking about the due date being pushed to Monday, and then the guy's like, I don't want to work on the weekend, let's get it done by Friday. And then the other person says, okay, well, that gives us today and tomorrow, Thursday, to get it done. So if it gives us today, then what is it? Okay. Oh, sorry. Here we go. All right. So we've got Friday as an answer. That's not correct. The most popular answer will become the biggest answer. So let's see if most people get the correct answer, and then that will become the biggest answer on the screen. There's a Fry question mark. Nope, not Fry. My internet is definitely not correct. A Thursday is not correct. Oh, now we're starting to get the correct date as the biggest one. So the way that this works, if you look at the chat, students, is your answers show up on my screen, and the most popular answer becomes the biggest answer. So you can see that the most popular answer now is Wednesday, because it's the most popular answer. It's the correct day, but all of you who wrote the small w, you get that wrong, okay? So you have to write a big W, okay? It has to be Wednesday with a capital W. Days of the week are capitalized, so make sure that you capitalize the W. If you're not capitalizing the W, you get it wrong, okay? So the correct answer there is Wednesday. So as long as you put Wednesday into your answer sheet, you're okay. You could also write Wednesday all capitals like this. Just make sure you have the correct spelling. It's easier to make spelling mistakes. That's okay as well. You could write abbreviation. So you could do it like that as well. Like that. Okay. And yeah, you should put a period after it if you're abbreviating it. So WED, Wednesday. You could do that. Okay, they'll take that. All right, let's hop to the next few questions. Questions 22 to 23. You had to fill in this chart. Now, I highlighted the topic of the chart. Pay really careful attention to that. So the group task, it's what they're actually doing, like doing the project, putting the project together. And then this is the time when they're doing it. So today, tonight, and then this should make sense in a moment here. But let's talk about number 22. So let's just jump back to our next question here. What are they doing today? This is number 22, space, sorry, let's do this again. It's they're something with the project. Okay, what are they doing with the project for number 22? All right, we've got a lot of answers coming in as planning. Planning is the correct answer. So if you wrote planning there, then that's fantastic. If you wrote it with one N, like that little one there, that's wrong. It's wrong spelling, okay? So, oh, it's getting bigger. That's not a good sign. The planning has two N's, has to have the correct spelling there, okay? So not one, but two N's. Remember that, okay? All right, and then for question 23, they're doing the project tonight, okay? And when are they putting the project together? That's the next question here. So let's see if you can get the right answer for this one. When are they putting the it's not midnight. So far, it's the wrong answer. So midnight is the wrong answer for number 23. They're not putting it together midnight. It's not the afternoon. It's not tonight. Nope. Aha, finally, we've got the right answer showing up. Okay, and it's getting bigger. which is good. All right. Finally, there we go. Later is better than never. Yes, tomorrow with the 2 R's, that's the correct answer. So they said that gives us tonight to do the work. So we're doing the planning right now. We're doing the work tonight, and then we can put it all together tomorrow. So tomorrow is when they are putting it together. That's correct. And most of you got it. That's why that word became big. So that's good. Okay, most of you did figure out that the correct answer for number 23 is tomorrow. Okay, and 22 was planning. Okay, so 22, planning the project, and then putting together the project tomorrow. All right, so next question, 24, that was multiple choice, and that one, who paid for the poster board? So let me try to make this even bigger for us. We can see it. So who paid for the poster board? Okay, number 2B. One of the woman's father got so popular that it's 100%. So nobody thinks it was the woman. Nobody thinks it was the man's father. You're saying one of the woman's fathers, number 2, or B. 100%. Everybody's on the same page. That's a good sign. Yes, it's a very good sign. Correct. It is B. One of the woman's fathers. Nice job. Okay. I'm glad that nobody answered any of the other ones. Okay, good. So in your IELTS exam, of course, students, you would put B. Now, for multiple choice, like a lot of times students ask me, like, oh, I really don't like multiple choice questions in the listening. The biggest trick for multiple choice is listen for the question answer, not staring at the choices, okay? So that's the most important, okay, for multiple choice, okay? For MCQ types, okay? My most important tip for you is pay attention to the question, not the choices, okay? So the big mistake that a lot of students do with multiple choice questions, especially in the listening, is they stare at the choices and being like, okay, one of them is going to happen. One of these is going to happen. One of these is going to happen. Why isn't one of these happening? Why isn't one of these happening? What was that question? Oh my God, are we on to the next question already? So that's what happens. Looking at the choices can be confusing, especially if they're long answers, okay? You don't have enough time and you don't have enough attention to read all the choices, think about the paraphrasing, wait for the answer, hope that it happens, okay? It's much, much better to really just focus on the question, who paid for it, and then you listen for it. And the woman's like, oh, I already got the poster board. And they're like, oh, can we give you some money? And then she's like, no, my dad paid for it. And then you're like, okay, which one is that one? Oh yeah, the man's father. Yeah, nope, that's not the man's father. It's the woman's father. Yep, okay, the woman's father. Good, it's correct. Okay. All right, so pay attention to the question, not the choices. Super important. Okay, let's take a peek at the next one here. These were fill in the blanks. Now, number 25, so it says no more than 3 words. Pay attention here. Number 25 has 2 spaces. So you need 2 words, okay? It says the topic must be an event that occurred sometime between the years. Okay, so this is going to be a number, okay, and another number, right? So 2 years here. So we just need the 2 numbers. We don't need the and because we have and in the question, right? So let's hop back here. We'll reset here and then we'll run this. So the topic must be an event that occurred between what years? Give me some numbers. Give me some numbers. What were the years? That here we go. Well, let's see. And we should have kind of two equal sized. There we go. Yes, we're getting a lot of these numbers now. Awesome. 1400, 1800. No, these are not the lottery numbers for the weekend, everyone. These are the answers. Fun ha 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 is not the answer. The correct answer definitely here is 1400, 1800. You can separate them with a comma in the answer sheet, but yeah, it's correct. So 1300 no, 1700 no. So I believe, if I remember correctly, they say 15th and 19th century. So that's the 1400s and the 1800s. Okay. All right. Good. So both of those, you need to get both correct to pick up that point. Okay. All right. So again, 1400, and you should have the correct order here. You can't do 18 and 1400. It has to be smaller number first and bigger number second. Be careful about that, okay? Sometimes I've seen students make silly mistakes where they like write 1800 and 1400, and it's like, are we time traveling back in time? No, it has to be the right order here. Okay, 14 to 18. Okay, careful. So what topic would the male student like to write on but cannot due to assignment restrictions? Let's see if you can get this one correct. So here. What topic would the male student like to write on but cannot because of the assignment restrictions? It's not in the 1800s. All right, so we've got Second World War, we've got World War, we've got world, we've got how can you, we've got a word in Turkish, I think, which is definitely not going to get you the point. Second Worlds, I see a lot of answers, but I don't actually see it written. We've got the correct answer, just not written correctly. Okay. Now, World War II would be the right answer here, students. The easiest way to write that is World War II. Okay, that is the easiest way to write that. So you can write WW2 like that. Okay. Or you could do WW2 like that. Or you could do 2WW. They'd probably even take that one there. However, this answer would be wrong because these are small. Okay? World War II or Second World War, that's the name of the war. Names are capital. So you have to write capital. It would have to be World War II like that, or World War II like that. Okay? Must be capital. If you write with small letters, you won't know why you got it wrong, but you got it wrong because if these are small, then it's the wrong answer. So be very, very careful. Okay? So it looked like there were a lot of wrong answers here. I didn't really see the correct answer coming up big. Okay? Even this would be wrong because it's small. You can't have it small. Okay? Pay attention. All right. So again, correct answer. Easiest way to write it, WW2, like that, World War II. Okay, now we get to this interesting question here. This was the poster board. So they're making this presentation. It's a group project, and I'm hoping that many of you saw what they were talking about. So I drew this kind of a picture of the three parts of this poster board. And they describe this in a lot of detail. They say that it has 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. And then they say that we're going to put some people on this. And as they were talking, I kind of circled the people that they're going to put on. And then they said 2 more people, Voltaire and Marie Antoinette. And then they said, okay, we'll put the most important person in the middle. And we'll put the people that are not as important on the sides. So basically, their poster will look something like that with some writing. Okay, so if we see their presentation, they will have this kind of a presentation with their poster board. Okay, and then we had to figure out who these people are and whether they're going on the side of the poster, A, in the middle of the poster, B, or if they are not on the poster, C. Okay. Visualize. When you're doing a map type question or a diagram type question in the listening, you have to kind of see the information. Okay, you have to visualize it. It's very, very important. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see how you did. Okay. So number 27 was Robespierre. Let's see if you figured out where Robespierre was going. Okay. So this is, again, basically multiple choice, right? So Robespierre on the side of the poster, in the middle, or they do not include this person in the poster. So what do you think? Okay, so far we've got a lot of B's. Now we've got a 50-50. If you think it's on the side of the poster A, then you should put the number 1. If you think that this person's going in the middle of the poster, then you should write 2. And if they don't include it, you should write 3. Okay. And the correct answer here was on the side of the poster. So more people got it wrong, unfortunately, by the look of it. So if you wrote 1A, you're correct. It's on the side of the poster. So Robespierre, if we have this 3 board poster, then Robespierre is going somewhere on the side of this poster. Okay. How about Rousseau? So what about Rousseau? Where is Rousseau going on this poster? This was the next question, question number 28. On the side of the poster, in the middle of the poster, they do not include this figure. Okay, so far we've got a bit of a split there on the side, and then now it looks like the C is getting bigger and better. It's good. You can see C is at 75% now, which is good. Yeah, C is the correct answer. So most of you got that one, I think, correct. They don't mention it. You don't even hear that name. So probably not in the project, right? All right. We've got a couple more people, I believe. The king. Louis XVI, the king. French Revolution. Important world history. The king, where did they put that on the poster? 1, 2, or 3? On the side, number 2 in the middle, 3, they do not include it. So for this, I mean, I would love if you could just write A, B, or C, but you can. You have to actually put 1, 2, or 3. So 1 if it's on the side of the poster, 2 if it's in the middle, 3 if they do not include it. Okay, getting lots of answers now, and the correct answer is starting to show up. Yes, on the sides, A, number 1. So the king was important, but not the most important. So 7 out of 10 people got that one correct by the look of it. All right, and then the last one, Napoleon Bonaparte. eventually becoming Emperor Napoleon, right? Napoleon. On the side, number 1, or A. In the middle, number 2, or 3, not included. Let's see. So we've got lots of answers, and Ritika Sharma, Akira, Carolina, Harriet, really everybody's supporting that in the middle. Yeah, just one person in the middle, and that one person is Napoleon. He was the important person. I was drawing this diagram as I was listening, right? And they said, we'll make Napoleon the middle one because he was really important. He was basically the head of the French Revolution, right? So definitely number 2. Okay. All right. So if we're looking at our answer sheet here, then Robespierre should have been indicated as A. Rousseau should have been indicated as C. Louis XVI should have been A. And Napoleon should have been B. That's how your answers should have looked. A, C, A, B. Okay. So side, not included, side, middle of the poster. That's what it should have looked like. Now remember, students, this is listening part 3. So yes, it will be this difficult. If you're finding this very difficult, then it's the real IELTS exam level. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, students, next question here. I'm curious about this. How many answers did you get correct from 10? So in this part 3, how many did you get correct so far? So how many answers? All right, we've got 10 out of 10. We've got 8 out of 10 as a popular answer. We've got 7. Some people got 6. Somebody got 2. No, I think that's maybe just from the previous question. So 7, 8, 10, those are pretty good. Okay, so if you got 7 or more, you're on the right track. All right, so 7 is good. 10 is great. Okay, 8 is solid. So those are good. If you got 8, you got 10, 7. I'm surprised 9 is not. Nobody got 9. It's either, yeah, okay. Patek Bilge says, I got 9. Patek Bilge, I think, from Turkey, right? If I remember correctly from the map. Yeah, so good. 9 is good. Solid. And with that thought, students, let's just jump right into listening part 4 about climate change. Now, listening part 4, just a little bit of warning. There's no pausing. You will listen and answer all 10 questions of part 4 in one shebang, in one big boom, in one go. Okay. All right. So again, to do this, remember, don't put your answers in the chat. We will go through them just like we did after, and we'll figure out your band score at the end. Again, this audio is coming from our websites. If you like these live classes, get our premium course. They're the textbooks and materials for the live classes. So if you take part in these live classes regularly, or even a couple times a week, even once a week, get our premium course. You can use that all day, every day. It's a one-time payment. Let's jump back to the course. Here it is. Again, all you have to do to get our premium course is to click this big red button there that's just above my head. It's a one-time payment, and when you do that, you will have access to your My Student account, where you will find a lot of tools to help you with your IELTS exam, including these audio CDs. Let's start listening section 4. Okay, I'm going to actually turn up the volume for everybody a little bit. Yeah. Let's go bigger, higher volume. It'll be louder this time, okay? All right, here we go, everybody. So listen and answer. Answer while you listen, but don't put the answers in the chat. Separate paper, separate document. Okay, here we go.
Now turn to section 4. Take some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Listening Section 4. You will hear a professor discussing climate change. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Hello class, hope you all had a good weekend. Today we will be talking about climate change. Life on Earth is going to have some adapting to do if climate scientists are correct with regard to their predictions of the Earth's rising atmospheric temperature. Humans and animals alike may have to change both their habits and habitats. The average temperature on the Earth's surface has risen by an estimated 1 degree centigrade in the last 100 years, and this trend is continuing at an ever-increasing speed. Until now, it seems that business and the environment have met as adversaries. But with the growing profitability of green products, perhaps business can play a positive role in the fight to save the environment. There is an ever-growing consensus that the cause of climate change can be linked to human action. To be more specific, environmental change is caused by the emission of greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide is chief among these. So what's so bad about things getting a little warmer, you may wonder? Weather patterns could become more extreme. The polar ice caps could melt. Sea levels could rise, and incidences of famine due to drought could also increase. On the other hand, places such as northern Canada will likely become more productive for farming and mineral and crude oil extraction. What isn't positive about the permafrost melting is that the ice is a carbon sink, and when it melts, it releases even more carbon into the atmosphere. It's clear that humans will have to change their relationship with the Earth and its resources, but the debate remains over who should be leading that change. Advocates of personal responsibility claim that small personal measures, such as changing light bulbs or riding a bike, can make a significant difference. On the other hand, governments from developing countries are calling for economic reparations to be paid by developed nations because, after all, it is the rich who cause most of the environmental damage and made money from it. The other major group that has profited from our increasing environmental degradation are corporations. Business has always been about production and consumption. The invisible hand of supply and demand has long run our economic system, and now there is an ever-growing demand for conservation. The question is, when will consumer demand be commensurate with green technological advances that allow for environmentally friendly products to actually be more profitable than those that pollute? One option to speed up this process is to have governments impose true cost taxes on every product that is sold. This would force prices to include an economic pressure to purchase or use products that will not cause further environmental degradation or carbon emissions. There is little doubt that climate change is going to cause a drastic difference to our environment and way of life. The questions that remain to be asked revolve around how to solve the climate crisis and who will pay for the restructuring of our patterns of consumption that have led to these problems. With the ever-growing desire for green consumer goods, perhaps businesses can answer some of these questions by producing environmentally sound products. Even if business has a role to play in saving the environment, it is clear that we all need to do our part.
That is the end of section 4. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, students, let's just jump back to the website here. By the way, students, if you see this button in your account, that means you can register for the IDP Home IELTS exam. It's a new version of the exam. If you don't see it, it's because it's not available in your country yet. Also, this QR code will take you to our app, so you can download the app for your phone as well. Okay, so check for those. All right, students, so let's go through the answers. Now, this is a typical part 4 in IELTS listening. It's like a university lecture, right? So If you're in a first year university class, this would be a lecture in that class that you can easily hear. Okay. All right. So it's paraphrased. Okay, the words, they're not exactly the same. Let's go through the answers. So let's hop back to part 4 here. Excuse me. Got a bit of a frog in my throat there. All right, cleared it. Here we go. So, climate change, background information, humanity, as well as other species may have to drastically alter their something in something. So again, it's 2 words. It's 1 question, 31. Let's go to our interactive part here. Let's do it together. So let's see what the 2 words are for number 31. Type in the 2 words for question number 31, humanity. Let's see, humanity right there, as well as other species may have to drastically alter their something and something. Okay, and we've got some good answers. I like how the correct answer is nice and big. So many of you wrote habits and habitats. Those are the 2 words that we're looking for. Habits, habitats, and we have it kind of there as well. So habits, habitats. Very good. You don't need the word and because it's part of the question. So as long as you wrote habits and habitats, you're good. Okay, so habits and habitats. Now make sure they're both plural. So I think most of you got that correct. That was really good. Okay, and then number 32. That was this question here. Businesses and environmentalists. Here, let's see. Businesses and environmentalists have been at odds with one another, but the emergence of something may change this. Okay, and it looks like a lot of you got that correct because it's a very big answer here. It's green products. Yeah, green products. Very nice. A lot of you got that correct. I'm very happy about that. That's obviously the biggest answer on my screen, so that means that most of you are getting it correct. It's the popular answer. Good for you. Yeah, that one you should not get wrong. Okay, so green products. Green products. There we go. Pay attention to these subheadings. They help you position yourself in the audio. So causes and implications. It's like causes of climate change and the result or the effects, the consequences of. Implication is another way to say consequence. So here, let's see what we've got. Number 33. Climate change is caused by greenhouse gases, specifically what? And let me just resize this so you can see it, because I think a lot of you have the right answer here, and I want you all to kind of see that. Okay. So you've got carbon dioxide, or CO2. Let me move my screen around here. You can see it there. Oh, there it is. Boom. All right. The easiest way to write this, and I suggest using this way, is CO2. Okay. So carbon dioxide is also correct, but this is the fastest and easiest way to do it, CO2. So definitely use the fastest and easiest way to write the answer always, and they will take that. So they will take CO2 like that as the correct answer. Okay, so don't write carbon dioxide, just write CO2. Yeah, new and high, absolutely you can write like that. Okay, so they will, it's correct, right? There's no argument. CO2 is a correct answer here. Okay, warmer weather can cause extreme weather patterns. Ice caps could melt and famine could occur. Northern Canada may become a beneficiary. As far as food production is concerned, it could become a more productive place for, hopefully all of you got this correct. Let's check it out. So let's see what you got here. Food production, it could become more productive place for farming. It's gigantic, doesn't even fit on my screen. Yes, correct answer, farming. Boom, good job, Joe. Good job, Domo. Nice job, Hiberdad Properties. Amiraza, farming. Yes. Okay, that kind of a question you shouldn't be getting wrong. Those are the kind of easier questions to catch in this part. So hopefully you got that, or most of you got that. Okay. Farming. Doesn't need to be capital. It's common noun, farming. A big negative is that the melting permafrost contains a lot of carbon which will be released if the ice caps melt. Who is going to change? People who think each person is responsible for themselves believe that small steps, such as using energy efficient something, it's going to be an object, right? Something, efficient something, or riding a bike can help. Energy efficient, what? Ooh, there it is. Light bulbs. Light bulbs. Very good. Awesome. Light bulbs. Correct. And it's plural. It is light bulbs. So there's the S. Yes. Nice. Good job, everybody. Light bulbs. I'm pleased. A lot of you are doing really well. See? It's not the end of the world. As long as you're focused and you're paying attention, you can do well. So light bulbs. Two words. There. Light bulbs. Good. All right. Governments from developing nations want developed countries to pay them for causing such environmental damage. Economics. This was a tricky one. The something of supply and demand has been in charge of economics for a long time. Whoever got this, hats off. This was a tough one. This is a Band 9 level question here. It's what? Ooh, look at that. There's a good number of people that got it. The invisible hand. Yes, it is. The invisible hand of supply and demand. We can't see it, but it's there. It's like we all want an iPhone. What's happening? It's the invisible hand. You need the iPhone because it's the best. It's the shiniest. It's the one that you think is like a candy chocolate bar that you can eat, and it's got an amazing camera. Supply and demand. Everybody wants it. Make billions of them. Okay, so yes, the invisible hand of supply. Everybody wants a Tesla car because it's electric, it's quiet, it's better, right? So invisible hand of supply and demand. It's correct. I'm surprised so many of you got that. That was a tough one. Good for you. Good job, everybody. Yep, invisible hand. Ritik says, no, I want a Lamborghini. Fair enough. A lot of people want that too, Ritik. Okay, so let's keep going here. Economists wonder when consumer demand for environmental products will surpass products that pollute. One solution to this problem is to institute a something tax on each purchase which is deemed to be environmentally unfriendly. Your Lamborghini is going to have this tax on it, Ritik. If you buy a Tesla, you're not going to have the tax. You'll probably have a rebate. Okay, what is that tax? tax. It's a, oh, look at that. You're giving me the answer for it now. Let's start that one, though. It's a different question. So number 37, it's a true cost. It's like huge. It's like the only answer we're getting. That's fantastic. True cost. Doesn't even fit on my screen. It's like font 3000. True cost. Very good. True cost. There's the rest of it. True cost. True cost. Yeah, that's huge font. Everybody got it. If you got true cost, it's true cost tax, definitely. So if you're driving a Lamborghini and you're burning oil, you got a tax coming at you. All right. I think they already do that. Gas already has a tax like that. So petrol, true cost. That's why it's so expensive. True cost. That's why people want a Tesla. Invisible hand of supply and demand. All right, this would provide an economic something to buy environmentally friendly products. I'm getting so excited, I'm losing my voice. So this would provide an economic, let's check it out. I think a lot of you got this by the look of it. So an economic what? Ooh, another huge ginormous word there. Also the correct answer, pressure. Yes, it is. Economic pressure. 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 Right? Very nice. Got it. Check. You're good to go. Okay. So provide economic pressure. There. That is the right answer. Okay, conclusion. We've got a couple more words to go and then that's it. Conclusion. Climate change is going to change our way of life. Who will pay for the necessary changes in our consumption patterns? I hope everybody is reading with me. I hope I'm not just reading for you. With the growing demand for environmentally friendly goods, it is arguably someone or something which can best answer this question. Number 39. A little bit tricky, but I think the speaker said this quite clearly. So let's see if you can figure this one out. So with the growing demand for environmentally friendly goods, it is arguably someone which can best answer this. Somebody said 39 should be businesses, and we're getting businesses with a smiley face and with the number. The key here is getting businesses. Yeah. Businesses. Businesses. Yes. It's businesses, companies, corporations, right? We can all be buying paper straws, but as long as McDonald's keeps using plastic straws, it won't matter because there's so many straws, right? I don't think straws will solve the world's problems, but, and McDonald's uses paper straws now too. But yes, it will be businesses. It will be businesses. Okay. So, businesses, correct answer. Plural is a good idea because it's not a, right? It is arguably businesses which can best answer this question. Lastly, but not least, it is apparent, however, that something have a responsibility or someone have a responsibility. Let's try number 40 here. Let's not even try it. Let's just do it. So it is apparent, however, that something have a responsibility to look after the environment. I am so happy to see that huge answer with a smiley face, because not just because of IELTS, but because it's true and we share one world. And whether you're in Turkey or Colombia or India or Greece or Italy, we all share the planet, so we all have a responsibility to keep it clean and to keep it healthy. Okay, it's our home, and we want to make sure that it's here for many, 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 many more years. So we all is the correct answer here. Okay, we all have to do our small part. So don't drive a Lamborghini, drive a Tesla. Tesla did not endorse this lesson. And don't even use a paper straw. Just drink out of a reusable cup, right? People think that, ooh, we switched to a paper straw. So now we're killing trees to, drink juice? Come on. So, no, yeah. Let's just protect the planet, right? Okay. So we all have a responsibility to look after the environment. Okay, students, couple more questions coming up for you here, and these are kind of fun ones for you. How many did you get correct from 20 today? So how many you did part 3 and part 4 with me today? How many did you get correct out of the possible 20? Okay, so we did 20 questions today. How many did you get correct? 9 is not good, but 9 out of 10 is good. 18 out of 20, this should be reversed, is okay. 12 out of 20, as long as you do really well on part 1 and 2, you're all right. Okay, so ideally, in part 3 and 4, you're getting at least 14. So 14 should be a goal for you. Somebody got 0 out of 20. Ooh, it's not good. All right. Okay, so now here's the next question then, and it's my final question for you. Is, for those of you that were here last week and this week, how many did you get correct from 40? Okay, so out of 40 in the whole listening section. So somebody says 35. It's pretty good. Okay, how many did you get correct from 40 if you were here last week? Jagroup says 36. Amireza says 22 out of 40. Okay. All right, 19 out of 20. That's not the right answer here. 0 is still up there. It's not good. All right, I'll show you what you can do, students. So when you have the total number of correct points, you can go to the website, okay? And at the very bottom of the website, it's kind of even tough for me to show you this, but here, let me just ginormousize it. That's not a word. Please don't use it. So let me make it much, much bigger. And you still won't be able to see it. But anyway, at the very bottom of the website, there's a score calculator. Okay, so even lower down there on the website, there's a score calculator. You can click on that. I'm going to open that up for us. And then you can see this there. Now it's make it a little bit smaller. So you can see this interface, and it's kind of a cool free feature for you on the website where you can put in the scores. So somebody said they got 22. So that would be a score of 5.5. So if you get 22 correct, you got 5.5 on the listening section. Okay. Connect NEP says they got 37. 37 is 8.5. Okay. 38 tricky would be also an 8.5. 39 and 40 is band 9. So 39 would be a band 9. Okay. All right. So again, our website, some people are asking, what's the link for that? I'll show you again. Okay. So if you go to aehelp.com, so we're using this website here, aehelp.com, and this one would be / score calculator. So score calculator, score calculator. Okay, so that would be that. But if if you're thinking, hey, that was a fun class, I want to join these live classes, this is good for me to learn IELTS, definitely go to our website and join our premium IELTS package at aehelp.com for academic. GIELTShelp.com for general. Both of our websites have loads of help for you to improve for your IELTS exam. As you will see tomorrow, we will use the website to practice speaking, talking with other students, like actually talking with them. And all you have to do is just click this big red button to join our premium IELTS package right there. Boom, right above my head. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, doesn't cost a lot of money. We are an IDP British Council partner. I'm a British Council agent. We know what we're doing. We're helping hundreds, thousands of students pass IELTS every single week. So check it out. General IELTS, GIELTShelp.com, same idea. Green background, big red button. Click it, join it. Students, tomorrow I will be back with speaking part 2 and part 3. So the cue card, the long part, okay? All-rounder, task 2, we just did that class. So check out the class that you missed earlier today. Okay, we did a task 2 class. Carolina, thank you for moderating the chat. Masala, Connect Nep, Jamsi Beck, all of our subscribers, thank you for being here. Chayan Kip, thank you for becoming a member. Have an awesome rest of your day. Much love to wherever you are in our big, amazing world. And remember, keep it clean. Help protect the environment. We all need to do our part. I'm Adrian, signing out from Victoria, Canada for now. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.